Hey guys, what's up? And today we're playing the Stanley Parable, and let's get right into it as soon as the game loads, which it should do in a second. And it's gonna take a little bit. Okay, so basically we're just gonna do a few endings.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So yeah, basically I'm probably just gonna do two endings, because I don't want to do all that much right now.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
You guys just saw my new intro.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
So basically, I'm just gonna show off those two things, and that's why I'm making this video. Is because I made a new intro.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Loading. Also, my game has some pretty long load times, and that's why I started it on the pause menu. Like, when I first start up this game, it takes forever to load into, like, the start. So, like, that's why I started recording on the pause menu while I'm in-game. And it's gonna take its time.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Oh jeez, it's suddenly lagging.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yep. And I hope everything's working right, because if it's not, I'm gonna be a little
The lights
mad.
rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
And it froze? I've done this ending before. I think it might have froze. I think my game crashed. Ah. Oh wait. Okay.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
And suddenly, the end is never the end. Ha! Get trolled. And it's gonna take its time to load. That's just great. Okay, now we're gonna do the disobey ending, where basically we just do the opposite of what he says. Okay, it is just taking its time. It's just taking a long time to load. That's just great. Okay, Stanley, load. Stanley! Stanley! Come on! Stanley! Come on! Come on! Come on! Okay, we're gonna do a little bit of the disobeying. Okay, so now basically we're just...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
Actually, we're gonna do this. Cold feet. Cold feet.
Oh, well, look who's got cold feet. Sorry to break it to you, Stanley, but that lift isn't coming back. You'd best either get comfortable right here on this platform, or test your luck by jumping to the floor below. You know what? Looking at it now, it's not that far to the bottom floor. I bet you can make it.
Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift.
Come on. I'm sure you'll survive the jump. Don't tell me you're scared. Whoops. Looks like I was wrong. How clumsy of me.
And there you go. So, I guess that's going to be it for this video. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.